Hi folks! Thanks for joining us on this video. If you're new here, I'm Willie.
And I'm Sarah.
We're a musician and artist who escaped suburbia and now live in a nearly 200-year-old cottage on the Isle of Skye in the Scottish Highlands with our dogs, Jack Spaniels, and the newest member of our clan, puppy Nori.
We are often asked how we take you to the amazing locations of Skye, whilst there seems to be no one else around.
Well, this week we take you on a road trip to three of Skye's most popular tourist attractions to share our secrets.
We'll show you from a resident's perspective how to visit these beautiful locations at their quietest times.
But is it really possible to see these places all by yourself with just your family and friends around you?
Let's find out in this special episode of
Living the Skye Life. It's 5:45 a.m. at Skye Life Cottage. As you can see behind me, it's still dark outside, and the reason that we're up this early is we're going to show you a few places that are real tourist hotspots on Skye. But if you go early enough in the morning and at this time of year, you can go there and have relative peace and quiet, which is quite cool. This is our second year as residents in Skye, so obviously we know the places to go now, but you get a bit of peace and quiet whilst you enjoy the natural environment. Are you awake yet? Just about. No, I'm joking. We've had coffee and our breakfast. But yeah, we don't want to waste any more time, so we're just going to get ready and get out there. First stop, fairy pools. Hello.
Well, it's T-minus about 4 minutes till official sunrise, I believe. But obviously the sun won't come over the cooling mountains for quite some time after that. It's pretty quiet and it's pretty serene when you're not in a noisy Land Rover.
Well, that's the word, isn't it? Serenity. It really is serene. It's beautiful. The colour of the mountains is all like steely, greyish, bluish. It's beautiful. And it's a very different vibe coming down here later in the day. Just as beautiful, but very different. And that's another reason you come in the morning. It's not just about getting the place to yourself or as close to it as you can get. It's also coming down here at a time where it looks strikingly different than it does when it's fully lit up in the day.
And you don't have to pull into every single passing place.
No, the road is just a straight drive now. We haven't seen another vehicle on the way down here, and if you were to come down here in the summer, you would be interrupted a lot. It would take you about 3 or 4 times as long to get down here.
Even later on today, in fact.
Any time of year really, but especially in the summer. This is the road down to Glen, which is where the fairy pools are. We weren't actually driving this fast though. But the burning question is, were there any other visitors there, or was it just going to be us? There's one car! There is
Someone
one.
beat us to it!
Someone beat us to it, even now. The Fairy Pools is one of Skye's most popular tourist attractions, and if you come here in the middle of the day in the height of summer, the place looks unrecognisable to how it does in this footage. In other words, it's completely mobbed with visitors. The other car's owners hadn't yet made it onto the path, so the pools were completely deserted. Nori's very excited. Jack's excited about going back the other way.
I wouldn't mind if we were going up the hill.
He's so excited. We've got him on a little training lead, a really short little lead, so you can keep proper tight control of him. Mainly because there's livestock down here. As you can see down there, there's lots of sheep and doggies. Not good mix, especially this time of year when it's lambing season soon. Chances are they're all pregnant ewes. Where are they going? There's another couple down here, the only other couple here. They're wandering across the moor. I'm not sure where they think they're going, but the path isn't down there. See them? I'm coming! That's the wrong way, guys. The path is right there. Well, those tourists have gone all the way up there. I'm not going to walk up, they'll figure it out. So if you do come here, car park's up there on the left. You come down that car park, across this bridge, a Turn around. And you follow that path all the way up the falls towards the mountains. Just in case you come here and make the mistake that those people have made up there. I was going to go and tell them, but they're too far away.
I mean, it's a very beautiful waterfall as well.
It is a lovely waterfall, it is nice.
Yeah.
It's not the fairy pools though.
Hiccups. It's exciting, isn't it? This is where there used to be stepping stones across the river, but they made it more accessible in the last few years. So instead of stepping stones, now there's a bridge, which Nori is very excited about. Do the whole walk today because we've got Nori. I think we'll only do about 25 minutes. Probably takes about an hour to get up to the top of the fairy pools walk, but what we'll see today is good enough.
Oh yeah, we'll show you some of the most beautiful pools, the lower ones. Let's go! Jack wants nothing more than to get in that water, and I want nothing more than him not to, because it would be soggy all day. We've got towels, but we won't get him bone dry in the back of the car. Look at it, it's absolutely stunning. All these paths are new, they just put these in last year. Before it was just like bog, and they've dug these tunnels through it. It's all new.
This one is my favourite pool. It's so deep and still. Even though the sun hasn't hit us yet, you can still see that amazing like blue colour you get at the fairy pools. It is just so mysterious. And these rocks here kind of like steps down to the water, almost like naturally made steps. So beautiful. Not tempted for a swim though. Although Jack has before.
The fairy pools are so named because the crystal clear waters and the deep turquoise colour give them an otherworldly feel. It is said that the fairy pools attracted mythological creatures called selkies from the sea, who would change into human form for the night and bathe in the pools under the light of a full moon. Legend also has it that a chieftain of the MacLeod family once married a fairy princess, which is why there are many fairy place names on the island.
I've come up the hill a bit and sat down. I've got the dogs. Sarah's taking some videos further down, uninterrupted by dogs, which I'm sure you'll be watching. I'm just chilling out with the boys and I'm looking at this lovely pool that's behind me in the mountains. And there's only a few bodies here still, although looking ahead I'm seeing the path from the car park and there's people coming down already. The car park's filling up as well. Well, it's not filling up. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars there at the minute. There was one when we arrived. So yeah, I mean, it's not just about getting here early though, it's about getting here at the right time of year, because in the summertime, even though it's 6 o'clock in the morning, this place will be absolutely rammed. And that's just the nature of the place. It's a stunning, beautiful place and people should come and visit it. It's amazing. But it's about choosing the right time to do it so you're not swamped by loads of people. Well, it is for me. I mean, some people like it when there's loads of people here. And that's absolutely cool if that's you. But Sarah and I just prefer when we've got a little bit of peace and quiet, you know? Just more relaxed. And it's beautiful. Even when you have got 2 spaniels that are pulling your arms off. Nori. Good boy, Jack. The hills up there are the Black Cuillins, excellent climbing hills, and we have done a couple of them actually. We actually walked all the way down that ridge once and down the other side. Stunningly beautiful up there, definitely worth a visit if you're into hill walking. Sun's coming up, and as you can see, there's tourists over there, and there's some more coming down the path, which is great because they obviously know as well that if you come early, there's less people around.
Nearly done now. It's just a long climb back up to the car park.
I'm getting pulled up, it's great.
We're both feeling the burn, and now we're on to our next destination, which will probably not be quite as quiet.
But it illustrates the point though. Had we gone there first, it would have been just like this, but already it's starting to pick up.
Wow. When we arrived, there was 1 car, and now there's 6.
Then you get bumped. Good boy.
And there's sunshine! Let's go make the most of it.
It's 8:46 a.m. and we're at our second destination, which is the Old Man of Storr. And as you can see, the cars are already here. There's quite a few of them here already. It's still quiet, but you can see that very shortly this whole car park will be full.
The lovely attendant at the Fairy Pools car park was saying that normally this time of year they're really not that busy at all, but it started sort of creeping up earlier and earlier, and she said by lunchtime she'll just be manic, even in March. The thing is with turning up to these places really early in the morning is that sometimes the facilities aren't open. The toilets at the Fairy Pools were not open till 9, and if you need a wee, that's not great. But fortunately the ones here at the Old Man of Storr are open 24 hours. That's a relief because I really needed a wee. It's not like you boys, you just go anywhere. And then mummy has to clean up after you. Here we go. Took the long path.
We've given the dogs a bit of freedom. There are no sheep here, no livestock at all. So there's a fence and then there's sheep beyond that, but right here they're safe to get off the lead, and there's no signs as well to say that they shouldn't be off lead. It's cool for now, and they'll go back on when we see a sheep.
Someone just went for a swim. Nori! Nori! Nori, baby!
Nori, that wasn't very sensible, was it? You're going to have to be rescued now.
You are the city property.
No problem for Jack because he's bigger, but Nori.
I can give you a free rein and that's what you do, huh? Don't go back in. Don't go in again. Nori, come.
Good boy. Calamity Nori.
That wasn't deep.
Biscuit.
No, you're alright, you have them.
Second breakfast.
Nice. The hummingbird at large.
Hobbit. This is the Hobbit diet.
Oh, is it? I think she's like a hummingbird because she goes from plant to plant getting the nectar, or in her case, biscuit to cake.
No. Hobbit diet. You have breakfast, and you have second breakfast, and then you have 11s,
Alright.
and then you have lunch, and then you have tea and cake, and then you have dinner, and then you have supper, and snacks in between as well.
Wow, look at that, folks. The stick on the end, the finger, is the Old Man of Storr, and that's where I'll be going. I think Sarah will need to double back just because of the wee dog, and then I'll go up and get some drone shots for you.
We've never actually done this approach to the Old Man of Storr before. There's two paths you can do. One which goes straight up, which is usually the one we take because it's quicker and more direct. This one's less steep, but it's longer. And I feel like this one tends to be slightly quieter, actually. Most people take the direct route, so this is a much nicer approach, actually.
There's the gate, so we need to put the dogs back in the leads because there could be sheep on the other side of that. Dogs on leads. This is why we had to put them on the leads again. Hello, sheepy. And your mate up there. And your mate up there.
Right, I think this is as far as I'm going to go with the boys.
Very wise.
Yep. I would go further. I'd love to hike up there, but yeah, we've done about 15 minutes now, and it'd be about 10 minutes back down, and that's Nori's 25, so
Yep.
I'll take the boys, and he's going to go get some other shots.
Oh well, and you can get some shots on the way down. I'll meet you back at the car.
Yeah. Apologies if my shots look like there's an earthquake happening, because 2 dogs and filming, not easy.
Yeah, and flying a drone with dogs at all is just...
Impossible. Have fun.
Thank you, see you in a bit. Alright guys, see you soon. I'll try not to be too long. I'm going up there. Could take a while. This should be fun. I've been up here before, but I love it. It's really, really cool. So I hope you enjoy this as well. Worth it so you guys can see what I'm about to see and more, because I'm going to put the drone up too. Fun. This is the path there where that guy is. It meanders up the hill, and there's a point up there. There's the first point, and then there's the second point. I'm probably going to go as far as the first point, possibly the second point. We will see. Now you're probably thinking, why isn't he just putting the drone up there? If I'm going to fly the drone up there anyway, the answer is because you can only fly at 120 metres maximum from where you're standing. So that means that I have to get up to a certain amount before I can put the drone up, or I won't get anywhere near the top of the large finger, the Old Man of Storr. So that's why I'm wandering up here. Otherwise I just would have stayed down there and zipped it all the way up and done the shots and come back. And that is dedication for you folks.
We're just going to have a little rest here for a while. It's 9:25 now. There's a few people making their way up. I think a good rule of thumb is if you try and get places before 10, I think most of the tour buses, like Rabbies and things, their first stop will probably be about 10 o'clock. If people are getting breakfast at their accommodation, it's usually between sort of 8 and 9. And then by the time you get anywhere, 10 o'clock seems to be the time when things get really busy. That's why we like to be in and out of these places before that time. Especially because we're filming. We don't really want to be getting in everyone's way. They want to get their photos and enjoy the experience. So we don't want to be there with cameras and a drone and stuff. So it's just better for everyone involved if we get there early. Even though it's a little busier here than we'd hoped it would be, it's actually been really good because Nori's met loads more people than he usually would on our walks. And at first he was barking and barking at people, really nervous. And now he's been really good. He's been really quiet. So it's definitely been a good learning curve for Nori.
Guess I could be steeper here. Please forgive the panting. It's quite a steep hike at the end. Getting very close now though. Have a look at this. There's the path right in front of me. And there's the Old Man of Storr. Right, I'd say that's as far as I need to go. So let's get up there, shall we? Or another way.
boy Nori. You thirsty after your walk? Oh, Nori's thirsty. Oh, I think he was thirsty. Is Jack thirsty? I think Jack might be thirsty. Good boy, Jack. So we're just back at the car now, and Willie just texted and said he's heading back down. It's just after 10 o'clock. I think my premise was right. If you can get to these places and get away by 10, you're gonna have it not quite to yourself, but you're gonna have the quietest possible chance of seeing these places. When we got here at about 8:45, there was, I think, about 10 cars, and there's at least 60 now, if not more. It's filling up quick. There was a steady stream of people coming up the hill as we were coming down. And like I said, that was really good for Nori, because each group that we passed, he's learning you just stay to one side and it's fine. Or if they want to pet him and they ask us, lots of people came over and wanted to say hello, and he was really good and he wasn't barking at people by the end. The only issue we had was one collie dog. The owner took him off the path because she knew he was reactive and there was a bit of barking there, but otherwise, honestly, I'm so happy with that. Even though it would have been nice to get the whole place to ourselves, it's nice to share it with people and to have that interaction as well. Definitely starting to fill up now, the car park. So now's the time to head off, maybe get some coffee, head back to Skye Life Cottage, and maybe have a nap. Skye's like Spain, you have to get up early and then have your siesta. Totally worth the early start though. We were up very early this morning, so I gave the boys their lunch. Well, Nori's lunch and half of Jack's breakfast, which he didn't want to finish this morning because he gets too excited when we go on adventures and doesn't want to eat his food. They use the collapsible bowl. It's the matching bowl to the treat pouch that I have from Wild Bark, and it folds up and it's waterproof. It means I can take a water bowl or a food bowl with them wherever we go, which is good, and they enjoyed that. So now we just wait for Willie to come down and then we'll be heading off.
Well, that was lots of fun walking up here and finding the drone for you lot out there to watch. And I'm going to go back now and see Sarah and the wee boys. It's now 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 minutes after actually, and I'm walking down the path on the way back to the car, and the path has a lot more tourists than it did when I went up. So I would say somewhere between 6:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning is probably the sweet spot if you like it a little bit quieter. Good little summary there. Try not to fall down the steps. And there's the car park down there. Had a smattering of cars in it before, and look at it now. So there you go. It's not just because people are getting the bus, which is cool if you do that, that's great, because it's better for the environment, of course. However, it's not just about the buses coming in, people all coming at once. Look how many cars are there. That's a lot of cars. And apparently the car park will be completely filled to capacity today in March. And it's not just that car park. It's all these cars here as well. And there's another car park further down as well. Don't forget to buy your ticket, folks.
That's us done with our adventuring for today. If we really wanted to do the Skye trifecta, we would have continued up north to do the Kerrang, but getting on for 11 o'clock now, and I think it'll be pretty busy up there, so we'll save that for another day when it's quieter.
Although we should put in a little bit of the fairy Glen from a few weeks ago just to show you what it was like there in the morning as well. I was talking about when we visited the Fairy Glen near Uig back in episode 60. Now this was around 11 AM, so it wasn't particularly early. It was quiet because it was filmed in February. Skye is very quiet in the winter, but the roads can be very treacherous too, which is why we'd suggest leaving it until the start of spring to visit.
We have been to these places before, and every time we always choose to go as early as we can, and ideally off-peak season. It's coming up to Easter weekend in, what, 2 weeks?
About that.
And you do find that once Easter weekend happens, then the visitors skyrocket, because that's when the holidays start and that's the sort of official start of the season. After that, it will just keep going up and up and up. And that's our advice for you. If you want to enjoy Skye with fewer visitors around you, come off-peak. Don't come between May and August.
Avoid weekends and go as early as you possibly can.
Yeah, get up early, see what you want to see, get back for a coffee, and then maybe have a siesta in the afternoon.
And then you can have a whiskey that night, but don't have a whiskey the night before.
Yeah. Save the pub night for when the weather's going to be rubbish the next day.
Now the dogs are going to go to Jan's. They love going to Jan's because they get treats there.
Thank you so much for watching our video. We really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do leave us a like, a comment, or subscribe to our channel if you don't already. It's free to do and it really helps us out.
If you did enjoy our video and you'd like to support us further, you can do so over on Ko-fi. You can buy us a coffee, or you can buy the dogs a wee treat. And what I really mean is helping with the running costs of making these videos.
Or if you want to help us out more long term, you can join our amazing community over on Patreon, where you get lots of extra content for helping us out each month.
Also, if you're interested in our creative endeavours, you could go over to Sarah's Etsy store or my Bandcamp page.
As always, the links to all of our pages are in the video description
below. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next week.
I don't know why I didn't say next week.
Are we just going to stand with our arms folded?
I was going to do it stony face, and then I just forgot to say next week.
Let's not go then. We're leaving our suburban life, moving over the sea to Skye. Are we chasing a dream? I guess in time we will see, when we're living the Skye life. Living the Skye life.
That's quite a lot of uphill for Nori because he hasn't done many hills yet, so... Oh! He doesn't want to rest though. Just tripped over Nori. What's going on?
That's the young man of Willie.
Because I think most of the turp gets on the lips from Nori. So we're just back at the car now, and Willie just... Could you be quiet? Have you guys seen his trousers?
Not wearing any. Click here to subscribe to live in the Skye life.
Click here to go back to the start of our adventures with our very first episode.